Welcome to the main dish with MD, where our goal is to inspire, connect, and entertain. I'm your host, Marlon Davis, and I am super excited about this episode we have today. We have arguably one of the top wide receiving cores in Texas history. Now, that's not just according to the group me's who I posed the question to. That's according to ESPN as well as the Texas Longhorn history books. Today with us, we have BJ Johnson, who is the Vice President of Operations at JBJ Management, the CEO at JL Imperium, as well as the co-founder of mvpvodka. We have Sloan Thomas, who is the Director of Commercial Sales at Alamo Title. We also have Roy Williams, who's the co-founder at MVP Vodka, as well as the owner at RW Trucking. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome.
Yeah. That's when you guys respond when I say welcome. But
you didn't say a question, so I didn't know if I was supposed to answer anything.
We're going to have a lot of fun today. I can already tell. The main purpose of this show today is to talk about the Coleman Pittman golf tournament, as well as the Texas Premier football camp, because this weekend is typically the weekend where you guys would have both of those events. They've been going on for 10 plus years. I'm sad that I'm going to miss this year's event unless you guys are having it and didn't tell me about it. But I think it may be canceled due to the pandemic. But, tell us, BJ, tell us how we got started with the Texas Premier football camp and why you guys started doing that in the beginning.
Well, I think originally what it was just something, man, back when we were in school, just talking about, being able to do something for the community and definitely for the community of Austin. And so what we did was originally the first camp that we did was with Kwame Gaville, who's now the head coach over at Waco High, and Richard Hightower, who's the coach, special team coach over at San Francisco 49ers. We originally did Daniel Thomason's camp. I want to say that might have been like my sophomore or junior year. And then that kind of snowballed into this. And then I want to say, what was it, 07, maybe 08, something like that. We came together and put the TPSC together, and that's kind of how that was birthed out.
Now, you guys put a lot of work into that camp. Some of the money coming from your own pockets, enlisting former players. That's a major feat for you guys to spend your time, and time is important nowadays, to spend your time to reach out to the youth and teach them. Why'd you feel that was important, Sloan?
Well, I mean, for me, for example, I never really got to go to a lot of camps when I was younger. And, we wanted to do something together as a unit, and we wanted to do something where that we could have kids come for free. So we want to break into that. It's very easy to get a $200 camp, a $500 camp, an elite camp. And we always talked about doing an elite camp also, but we really were, when it came down to our hearts, was giving back to the community of Austin, a city that's done so much for us, and giving an opportunity for these kids to go to camp that, they may not be able to go to camp for this camp.
Well, that's great. And I know each year that it's grown, check on there some years that it's sold out. You won't let any more kids because you have the numbers that are at capacity. The camp also concludes with the Coleman Pittman annual golf tournament that you guys host out at Falcon Head. Great fun. Tell us a little bit about Coleman Pittman and why you guys started that tournament.
Well, Cole was very important to all of us. And when it came to being a transformational person of our lives, someone who really changed my life as a young man, when we were doing the football camps, and we're like, how can we celebrate his name and, put on a golf tournament? We're all bad at golf at the time. Some of us have gotten better than others. But it was really about, bringing a weekend together, a fellowship of brothers together to celebrate, a life that ended too short, a guy that changed all of our lives.
Yeah. It is great fun at the camp. I remember the tournament, I remember one of my first years, we were ahead of Roy's group, and for some reason I saw a flying golf club that went into the woods. I don't know if it was a celebration shot or, I don't know. Speaking of, you said you guys all stink in golf. So Sloan, you said you were the best out of the three. Is that true? Is that true, Roy?
Man, it depends on what sorry day.
Well, I'll take the lead on this one.
Go ahead and mute that button.
I'll take the lead on this one.
Roy, we can't hear you. Your reception's out.
You can't hear me?
No,
he can hear you. He can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me? Oh, okay. But yeah, those two guys there, great friends of mine, but they refer to me as Champ. And we just played this last weekend, and I shot a terrible 92. Those guys shot 105 and 107. So I'm light years ahead of these guys. Matter of fact, it's a waste of my time to play with these guys again. But now hold on, I got the platform. Champ is talking. Okay. So what happened, MD? We got since I won the tournament this past weekend, now they have to come to Odessa and play around out here at the Champs course. So, the city of Odessa welcomes them with open arms. The Champ will be waiting on them, and we'll see what happens next time.
How many golf courses do y'all have in Odessa?
Well, we got Midland and Odessa, so it's like we got about 8, 9 golf courses. And you can see
all the courses from one course, too.
You start one at hole 5 and call that course 1. Start one at hole 8 and call that course 2.
Same cart girl.
Well, and these guys were just so they just knew that. See, the scouting report on old Roy Dale is Roy's gonna get tired about hole number 12. So what did I do? I drank my eggs in the morning. I ran up the stairs, up and down, getting my workout in. I was preparing myself for the moment.
It really came down to Roy's been practicing every week.
Hey, first of all, guys, the last 2 outings I've had with this guy, we were playing teammates, and he was horrible. Okay, we lost every time we played. He all of a sudden just had a great day.
He had a really good front 9. I'll give it to him. I mean, but he was finding his ball out of nowhere. I'm talking about, I'm telling you, he hit it on the other side of the trees to the right, and next thing you know, it's bounced down the middle of the fairway. I was, I got it.
I will give him credit on that part 3. That's the best shot he hit all day, because there's no way his ball should have came out the trees and ended up by the hole. There's no way it should have had.
But he gets fair score.
I just watch highlights of Tiger Woods, man. I try to emulate greatness, and there's Tiger Woods is a guy that I look up to. They call me Panther Williams. I'm Tiger.
Is that from Friday Night Lights or something? Panther Williams? That sounds like a character from Friday Night Lights.
When you give yourself your own nickname, and you know it ain't no nickname.
He said catch him at pantherwilliams@hotmail.com. That's how you can find him.
Live character, Panther Williams, AK. Absolutely.
That's where you can find him.
No, it's always great, man. It's always great to get with these guys, and it's fun. It's competitive. We can't go out there and run routes anymore, but we can swing those golf sticks till we're 87 years old. So the competitive drive is always going to be there. The friendship is always going to be there, and that's what it's all about.
Well, speaking of running routes, you guys are the best receiving core in Texas history. Outside of you 3 guys, tell me who are the other top 3 receivers from Texas. BJ, we'll start with you.
Gotta go Mike Adams. I would go, definitely gotta go Wayne McGarity. Or no, not Wayne. I'd go Metcalf. I'm sorry. Metcalf.
Don't bring it up. We'd rather just not say nothing to say, oh, no.
I mean, I like him, but he.
God respect my man Johnny, man. So that would be my 3.
Sloan, who you got?
For sure, I have Mike Adams up there at number 1. I'll throw in. I got to throw in Jordan. He had Colt, but Jordan was good. Jordan was great on special teams as well.
And he was 25.
What did you say?
He was 25.
Hey. The numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. His age, none of the numbers don't lie.
7-year age difference don't either.
I'll do it if it give me a chance. I'll do it. And then Kwame.
Kwame, yeah.
Yeah, Kwame's the one I watch the most whenever I would.
Yeah. Roy, who are your top 3? And Panther Williams can't be one.
He's biased. He got.
Yeah, I'll agree with these guys. I'll go Mike Adams. I believe he paved the way for us. Man, it's so many good ones, man. A guy of big size like myself. Lavelle Pinkney is a name that I think a lot of people forget about. And Jordan Shipley, of course, he's definitely got to be up there. So, Texas is known for the running backs and receivers. And, man, that's a tough question to answer.
Well, Texas is definitely known for that. And Texas has also been known to be called DBU. Now, I know, BJ, we talked a little bit earlier, and you said, I asked you the question, who was the greatest DB you faced? And you're like, none of them really. But I'll give you the opportunity to see if that changes. Sloan, who's the toughest DB you faced?
At Texas?
It could be
none of them, really.
I don't even know they were calling him DBU, really. But no, Rod Babers was for sure the best to me. I thought he was the most patient. He was long. Again, we all matched up well against all of them, but Rod was one who probably gave me the most trouble if there was one.
Roy.
I'm going to go Jammer, Quentin Jammer. He was tough always, especially as a freshman, and he looked like, Uncle Jam. He looked like he was 38 years old, as a sophomore and a junior, or whenever we got there. But Quentin Jammer, he was a number 5 overall pick in the NFL, so that should tell you something right there.
Yeah. BJ, I'll give you an opportunity to.
You definitely got to go Jam. I mean, if you can't go Jam, I would throw one in there. He didn't get all the accolades. He was always long and rangy.
He had that attitude, man.
Yeah.
He had that dog in him.
Who was that? Who was that you mentioned?
Yeah, and Jam didn't get mad till you beat him one time. Roy beat him one time. Hey, Cedric Griff.
You looking like, I don't know that one.
No. I just missed you. You were breaking up a little bit.
Oh yeah, I told you I got it's a new neighborhood. I got that new Wi-Fi. It works sometimes.
Wi-Fi.
That Verizon pay up front Wi-Fi.
AT&T.
What's one of the most memorable experiences you guys have had at UT?
I know for me, our freshman year when we were playing against A&M, that third quarter, we just all three just exploded in that third quarter. I think we all scored touchdowns. Fresh out of high school and coming in, dominating a good A&M football team, and the sky was the limit.
Yeah.
So I'll always remember that one.
Yeah. Do you think Texas should bring back that rivalry?
Oh, they should have brought that back. Win, lose, or draw. It's just it's Florida State for you. It's a must. You must have it. But I understood, why everybody went their separate ways. But they got to bring that back, and we got to get back to that rivalry right there.
BJ, most memorable experience at UT?
Yeah, man, I would concur with Roy on the A&M game, Texas Tech. That was also another game where we didn't all score, but we all kind of got off, and it was very rare in our 4 years at UT that we all got a chance to go off. Because, you know, we were still handing that thing off, man, 20, 25 times. So, you know, they throwing it 50 times nowadays. So we didn't get the opportunities that we got, you know, then. So those two games definitely stick out in my mind because we all got a chance to just kind of get out there and do our thing.
Now, just a year prior.
And I'm with BJ and Roy as well on that.
Same. Now, just a year prior, you guys were getting.
Do I get to answer the question? I'm always left out. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Did I call your name? Did I?
No, I didn't know.
Did I call your name?
I was ready.
So just a year prior or 2 years prior, you guys were getting recruited to come to the great University of Texas. How do you think recruiting has changed from when you guys were recruited to the current recruiting? Sloan.
I'm gonna go ahead and answer that first question first because I think that's fair. Of course the A&M game our freshman year when Cole Pittman passed away. That's one of the most memorable parts of my college career. And then the third one would be in December of I think it was 2002. When Roy said he was going to stay in college. No!
You know what? I talk about that all the time. I go back and I think about whether I should have left. But if I had to do it over again, as much as I love the University of Texas, as you can see in my house, I have a Texas room here. I probably should have left and let my guys get their eat on as well. So if I had to do it over again,
2020.
So
yeah, pretty much. I tried to tell you. We had all your stuff packed up and everything. He gone.
Yeah, I would like to add something though to the golf tournament. I know we're going back a couple of subjects here,
okay.
MD, but with so much things happening, we lost Cedric Benson. That was another one of our teammates. To a horrific accident there. So we're going to have to try to figure out how to, include him and also Coach Drake. Coach Drake really, I think, put everybody on the map here, teaching us about life and teaching us about the game of football, and just a father figure to all the receivers. So I think, somehow, some way in that golf tournament, we got to try to figure out how to add those two as well.
I agree.
Yeah, I have no doubt that you guys will figure it out. You have a well-oiled machine with the golf tournament. So I look forward to being there next year. Sloan, do you want to answer my original question that I asked about recruiting?
I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy. About recruiting what changed?
Yes.
Well, first of all, you can sign now earlier than you used to be able to, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And then the fact that I think now you don't have to go to the big school to be recruited. I feel that a lot of these small schools, you've seen a lot of people come out of smaller schools and get just as much as opportunity as big schools, which I didn't think at the time whenever I was coming out of high school.
Yeah, I think
BJ?
those 7-on-7s and those camps now. I think everybody's going to all different kind of camps, and I think you got that huddle, whatever huddle is, where you can put together your own highlight film and all that stuff.
Yeah, they put it together for you. You ain't got to do it.
Oh, see?
Yeah, they just upload your videos and your highlights and spotlight you.
There you go. I don't think we had that. Did we have that?
Man, let me tell you something. I had to go to my high school coach, get all the cassette tapes, and then go and make a mixtape and send it to every school out in the country. That was my highlight video. Shoot. Yeah, it's a different world, man, especially, with the only one here who just dropped his kid off at college today.
Yeah.
It's definitely a different world and a different environment because it's so social media driven. I mean, for the last 2 years when my son's getting recruited, I mean, I didn't even talk to hardly any of the coaches because they texting him, and it's like when we were in high school, you just had no phone for the coach to be just texting you or hitting you up through your Instagram and, through your DM. And so it's just completely different deal now, man. And so you gotta kind of constantly always trying to monitor what's going on, man, because they coming from all kind of angles. But I think it's definitely better for the kids because you do, as Sloan said, you get so much more looks at schools, and then you get chances out of these small schools to go to the next level. So I think it's definitely been a benefit, but I think it's been a disadvantage for people who don't know how to take advantage of it.
Now you guys were successful on the field, and you've turned that success on the field to also success off the field. As I mentioned earlier, BJ, you're CEO of JL Imperium, Vice President of Operations of JBJ Management. Tell us a little bit about those jobs there.
Well, JBJ Management was a company that was created back when I was in college for me and my father. It's basically a consulting firm that we have where we lobby for certain entities with different quasi-governments here in Texas and outside of the state of Texas. And then we do a lot of political stuff. We've been part of bond campaigns, city campaigns, school campaigns, mayoral campaigns. So JBJ has been something that's been around for a while now, 20-some years. We have about 25 different employees. So it's constantly growing, and it's something that we wanted to create as a staple in our family. J&L Imperium is our concrete division where we basically, we put up plants on big projects and we pour concrete. So that's constantly been growing. We just finished up a big project down in Alabama for the last 2 years. And we got 3 big projects coming up here in Dallas. So that's constantly growing for us. We just hired a former Longhorn, Jamari Chisholm, who played D tackle this past year on the 40 acres. So one of my things with J&L is I'm trying to commit to is hiring a Longhorn every year to give them a leg up once they get done with their time on the 40 acres. So that's a little bit about both our companies.
Awesome. Sloan, commercial development.
I got all that stuff that he got going on.
Yeah, but he get to hang out at the ranches though.
Yeah, exactly. Not at all. No, so I'm on the commercial real estate side, but I'm in the title business. And then I LP in a couple of deals. That's about it. Nothing too interesting.
Yeah, I like how you try to make it small time. Nothing too interesting at all.
Right.
Yeah, nothing too interesting.
Asking the size of the deals.
Yeah, well, for you to say that this is a passion of yours, and you got into the industry by talking to a couple people, it's not that small. This is your time to brag.
No, I mean, guys doing great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I played the game well. I got my degree. Unlike these two, I actually had to go get a degree. I didn't have the names they had, so I had to go get my degree. And I was also really good at school. Where Roy, poor child. Hey, boy. I tell you what, boy, I'm talking about rocks.
Man, answer the question.
And him and BJ together, boy, together. Those two together, those test scores didn't equal up to A. Together.
Hey, man, it's supposed to be a positive. This is supposed to be positive, brother. Positive.
No.
Roy, owner of RW Trucking, as well as co-founder of MVP, along with BJ Johnson. Tell us about the trucking industry and tell us about MVP Vodka.
Yeah, so RW Trucking, it started when I retired. I live out here in Odessa. Odessa is nothing but oil field. It's oil field driven. So for me, I'm always thinking of investments. How can I make more money and in this oil field business? And I had a buddy out here that was in the trucking game. And I thought it was pretty cool to see his name on his trucks. And I said, well, it would be pretty cool to see my name on some trucks. And, knew nothing about the oil field, knew nothing about it. My grandfather was in it. My father was in it. I didn't know nothing about it. I just want to play football and basketball, baseball, or whatever. I didn't care too much about pump jacks. Hell, I called them horse heads. That's what I called them, the pump jacks. So to get out here and see my name on the trucks now, I mean, like Sloan said, God is good. But I just got to ride the wave. The oil field is hit or miss. I learned to operate just steady. Just steady. When it's bad, just operate normal. When it gets high, operate normal. My first wave, when oil was like $100 a barrel, I was buying trucks left and right, just buying so many trucks, and then the bottom fell out. And that's when I learned to just operate just like you would any other time. So it's a bunch of bumps in the road, but you live and you learn, and it's a great business to be in. As far as MVP Vodka goes, BJ and I started that brand. Man, it was something to process. Trying to get a name, trying to get a bottle, trying to get the formula of what we want the vodka to taste like. So there's a lot that went into it. You think when you just see like a Grey Goose or a Patron or Tito's, you think, hey, that's easy to do, and just like any other business, it's not. So, but we're happy to be a part of it. It's going well for us, and we're looking for big things in the future.
Yeah, BJ, anything to add to MVP Vodka?
Go buy it.
Well,
we're in Texas. We're in Colorado. We're in Vegas. I know ain't nobody going and clubbing right now in Vegas, but we were the very first Black company with MGM International Spirits to get into the beverage program. So that was a huge notch for us on our belt. We're still pushing in, but yeah, what I would like to say, man, is just go buy it. Support Longhorns, support the receivers. MVP Vodka.
You said you guys are in Texas, correct?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I actually know that. I just wanted to hear you say it because I got it.
I didn't know that. I don't.
So we're in
So you learned something
right?
today, Sloan. You learned something today. Support your Longhorns, MVP
Again,
Vodka.
left out. Left out.
That's what the bottle looks like. Check it out.
Oh yeah.
Drink responsibly. But
I found out when I got
out.
a bottle. I found out when I had a bottle. Like, oh wow, cool. Once again. Should have known.
Tell me something that you would tell your 20-year-old self.
You're not invincible, young man.
Say that again.
You're not invincible, and it can happen to you. That's what I would tell myself. It can happen to you, and it will happen to you, is what I would tell myself. Right. As a young kid, you just think you're invincible to anything, man. You can overcome anything. But life throws a lot of curveballs at you, and you gotta be ready to hit them.
I would say to my 20-year-old self, get ready, young man. That 260 is going to be something hard to get rid of. That's what I would tell my 20-year-old self. My 20-year-old 212-pound self to the 38-year-old 260-pound self. Yeah. Leave them pancakes alone, young man.
Sloan, what are you telling young Sloan, who was in the academic advisor offices, taking advantage of all those courses and everything?
One would be to redshirt. Redshirt transfer something. But this ain't working, okay? I'm tired of being left out. And then one would be and I felt like I did, but embrace college, man. It was a good time. It really was. I mean, I could do it all over. I would start right back there again. College was a good time.
Hey. That's the one thing I say, man. I would do it all over again the same way. Well, he leave early, but everything.
Yeah, I would do the same thing over again, and I definitely probably would leave early, and You know, college is fun, man. College,
A lot of fun.
Good time. Speaking of
paying
college,
bills and raising
For the
kids
bird.
and all that stuff. Hey, man.
speaking of college, the Eyes of Texas. There's a lot going on with the Eyes of Texas, and I see. You feel free to answer, or feel free not to answer this question if you want. There's a lot of things going
My
on
earbuds ain't working.
with the Eyes of Texas right now. Just to quick. You can't hear? Turn you up. Yeah. BJ.
I know. I think Roy said something.
At the next home game, it may be 2022. The way people are out here partying and things, you're singing the Eyes of Texas. BJ.
I probably got my horns up. I don't know if I'm necessarily singing.
And you know the funny part, man. The funny part is we sung that song. I don't know how many times we done sung that song, and it never registered of the meaning or, you know, what it means now or then too. But it never crossed my mind. I'm sure it never crossed anybody else's mind of the words and all that stuff. But now, you know, as you're older and it has been brought to light, I would say that it's tough to sing. Definitely will put the horns up, sing, you know, got to read those words to make sure them words is all right. But definitely won't sing the Eyes of Texas, man. Can't do it.
Well, fellas, thank you for these questions. We're gonna get to little questions, little fun questions. Sloan, what was your favorite cereal growing up as a kid?
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes. There you go. That's a man with a taste for cereal. BJ, favorite cereal growing up?
With bananas. With bananas.
Oh, be healthy. Good job.
Oh yeah. Boy, come on.
A glass of milk and a glass of orange juice on the side too.
It ain't nothing but a bowl of sugar with a banana in it.
He asked me a question. He asked me.
Said it was healthy.
BJ,
mine ain't no better. I was Fruity Pebbles. I just ate some the other day. I still eat.
Yeah. Roy, what you got? What's your cereal?
For me, it was I didn't get all those good cereals, man. You know, we was poor growing up. So if we did get some cereal, it was honeycombs for me. Honeycombs is pretty good. I still get them today. A little bit of Apple Jacks here once in a while. But as a grown up, at 260 pounds, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, baby.
I just can't eat. I don't eat cereal anymore. I'm an adult.
I don't want to be an adult.
I'm an adult.
I eat cereal.
I'm an adult.
So, Roy, you said you didn't get an opportunity for cereal growing up. Give me your top three French fries. Top three French fries.
Top three French fries right now. Why you ask the 260 pounder the French fry question?
Well, you know, I figure they fresh on your mind.
Yeah,
anything fried.
Anything fried. Well, you got to go. Number one is McDonald's. Nobody's topping McDonald's. Let's see. Number two, a good fry from Chick-fil-A. I'll take the waffle fry. Number two, Chick-fil-A. And number three, man, I'm sitting here trying to think. Man, I don't even know. I don't know. Just McDonald's, man. McDonald's.
Two for McDonald's.
Number one. That's it.
Sloan.
I think old school McDonald's when they had the trans fat and stuff and the grease. You know, they changed it a couple of years ago and they don't taste the same as they did then. No to them waffle fries. Chick-fil-A, I go eat the chicken nuggets and the sandwiches, but I'm not eating them nasty fries. Do y'all remember Fox and Hound?
Yeah.
The bacon and cheese fries that always came out crispy. Yeah, those. And then I love me a good old bowling alley crinkle cuts.
Okay. BJ, what you talking about?
Yeah, that last one gonna have you on the toilet, bro.
It's COVID-19 free bowling ball, French fries.
My number one would definitely be Chick-fil-A fries when they hot. When they cold, they sour. They real sour. But when they fresh and hot. Number two would be in my oven when I make my own fries. I make the crinkles myself, Sloan. I make them myself.
Do you got a fry daddy?
Hold on. When you make it yourself, do you peel the potato?
A fry daddy.
Oh.
Now, do I need to get a fry daddy?
Oh, killing it.
Google fry daddy.
Yeah. So there's like an air. Everything you can put old French fries in it, and it makes them crispy.
Wait, what is that?
Air fryer.
I got an air fryer.
Yeah. Every time.
And then my last one will be Red Robin fries, man, with the seasoning on it.
Red Robin fries with the seasoning. What about Wingstop? Anybody like Wingstop fries? Now. Okay. With the little extra.
No.
Now, okay. All right.
You didn't sell me with the extra.
Well, you know what? It's okay. You like to get fries from bowling alleys where you had the fingers in the balls and then you touch the fry. That's nasty.
That's when I was younger. I didn't think about how really nasty it is until I get older. But it was, back in the day, bowling French fries used to be. And I just thought about it. Yep.
Because you bowl with this and then you pick your fries up just like this. Yeah.
COVID free, baby.
Man,
That's extra bowling season on there. Well, fellas, I appreciate you guys taking the time to be on the show, the main dish with MD. Hopefully people watching the show will either get inspired, connect with you guys, or at the very least, I know they were entertained with the show. Thank you for your time. You guys have a wonderful evening. I appreciate you.